this is Catherine at I Know I Need to Stop Talking. Hello, the podcast is back. This is exciting to the point that I've forgotten how to do podcasts, genuinely. So I have treated you all, and I've brought Mr I Know I Need to Stop Talking with me. Say hello, Mr I Know I Need to Stop Talking.
That's what this microphone is here for. I thought we were just having a normal husband-wife conversation.
I've been covertly recording you to see if you said anything interesting.
Oh, man.
But no,
no chance.
It's just a rant about the political state in the UK, which is not this podcast. It's not going to become a political podcast. Do you have anything left to say, Mr I Know I Need to Stop Talking?
No, I'm out of material now.
It's not going to be very inconvenient calling you Mr I Know I Need to Stop Talking, because that's quite long, isn't it?
I'm otherwise known as Renfo in other places online.
Which is also...
What? Yeah, all right. We can do like safe names later, but Renfo is what we're going to go with.
Okay, we'll go with that. So yeah, I bought Mr I Know I Need to Stop Talking /Renfo. That's even longer. That's even longer.
And what are you called? What do you call yourself?
Catherine, because that's my name.
Ah, it's not, folks. But we'll go along with this facade.
It's all lies. But yes, I had to bring... no, who are you? I had to bring this man, the man behind the curtain, into the podcast, because I've forgotten how to do it. I lay awake for about an hour last night and couldn't remember the name of the software that you recorded podcasts on.
And that's my point to jump in with the name of the software.
No, I checked. It's called Audacity, in case you're wondering.
Is this product placement? Are we getting some
No, it's
sort
free. It's great software. If you want to start a podcast, download Audacity. I'm not being paid by them. But yeah, we thought we'd start the podcast again, because obviously it's been like forever since we did the podcast, because it was lockdown and nobody had anything to do. And suddenly, like, I've got a life back. But we decided that we would do it because, weirdly, the podcast is still oddly successful and downloaded, particularly in Cambodia. So if you're listening in Cambodia, where is Cambodia?
It's not local, and shouldn't you say something nice in Cambodian?
I don't know where it is. Is it in South America? Africa?
Oh no, just let's not go there, because we're going to offend people from all around the world if you just simply don't know where they are or where.
Geography is confusing. For a very long time, I thought Sweden was in Africa because it begins with a sw. That's like such an African.
I'm not backing you up on this.
Seriously, where is Cambodia? I don't know.
It's where we left it.
Where on the big map?
Folks, we don't have a big map. She's just looking at me, hoping that I'll be able to.
I am building a Lego map at the moment. Maybe that will tell us where Cambodia is.
Yeah.
It won't. The Lego map, more on which later, is very irritating. But wherever you are, Cambodian people, hi, and thanks for listening to the podcast. I'm going to go away straight after this and find out where your lovely country is.
So this is why you're back on, is because there's some sort of clickbait on your previous podcast that the poor people of Cambodia
I know.
have.
I am sorry, Cambodian people, because, yeah, it is a lot. So basically, when we started the podcast again, Mr I Know I Need to Stop Talking was like, oh, yeah, we should get like a sound. No, not a sound. What did you call it?
It's a little introduction, a little kind of like, I don't know, a little jingle.
But
what? No.
Because I think then we'll just sound like wankers. Like
I know, that ship has already sailed. And if anything, the jingle is going to put a level of professionality on this.
I mean, anybody listening to this knows that there's never been any kind of level of professionality. No, because that's the bit that everybody fast forwards to. It's like the adverts. How annoyed were you when you had that long advert?
The adverts? You banged on about Audacity, and clearly you've got budget holidays to Cambodia. This is...
Yeah, and people can fast forward through that bit. But no, we don't want a jingle. Or
do we not?
No.
Well, maybe your listeners could put in suggestions of a kind of jingle they would like, in the style of, well, I don't know, their favourite programme from the 1970s or something.
Don't vote for the jingle. Yeah, sure. If you guys want to have a jingle, that's like, I think that's died out.
No, maybe actually there's TV shows that are now elapsed where you can get their jingles because it's no longer.
I don't want a jingle. I don't need a jingle.
What was the horse riding one they used to do on BBC Two? That was a and then you jump in and then podcast.
I don't think a jingle is what's needed. I don't think a jingle. No, it used to be that the standard intro to the podcast used to be that the Ocado man would turn up, because I always timed this, and literally at the moment the Ocado man was turning up. But we've ditched Ocado. I've ditched Ocado, which is
so. It was the first 5 minutes of you just rejecting orders that you from Ocado.
Yeah, and discovering that some people fold their Ocado shopping bags, other supermarkets are available, to look like samosas. Did you know that?
What?
They fold that, the plastic bags that you can get. Like, if you go shopping, you get plastic bags.
Yeah.
And some people, not me, because I can't do it, fold their bags like samosas. Well, like
Why?
little triangles.
Why?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
what?
know. I don't know. It's a thing.
Did they eat them?
No, it's plastic.
What do you mean no? They're folding them into samosa shapes. The next logical step is to eat them.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it. I mean, it was lockdown. We all did a lot of stupid things.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you want a jingle, blog listeners, thank you for listening. Then tell us, and we won't do one because I don't want a jingle, but we'll pretend that we're listening to you. It's democracy in action. This is. But yeah, so we thought we'd do some podcasts, and I said to Mr I to stop talking. What shall the first one be on? And then, as is common in our marriage, I answered my own question and said, "We do it about cats."
Was I even in the room when this conversation happened? No,
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, we thought we'd just chat about cats. So if you don't like cats, you should go now. Bye.
Because technically we are cat people, but it's hard to say that without sounding like we're furries.
Okay.
No, but and it's the other thing as well when people say, you know, I love cats. I'm real, you know, cats are for me. But in reality, is you don't really own a cat, do you? The cat owns you. It's like sort of that saying, isn't it? You don't own things; things own you. You're not really in control with a cat, are you?
Nobody's in control of cats at all. Beth asked me the other day if people could turn into cats, and she was serious. So I don't think that GCSE science is going very well at all.
Well, no. I mean, evolutionary-wise, do you think we're moving towards a cat state, or cats are moving towards our state? I feel we're evolving into cats.
I think cats are just going to eat us and take over the world.
Within this week.
You know that at least two of ours.
Two of our cats are dreadful. Two of our cats are still pretty much feral. That's how we got them. We haven't broken them. No, they came that way. They were rescue cats.
Yeah.
But I think they were rescued from hell.
I think we need rescuing from those cats. Yeah, ASAP and Brexit. These guys they know about the cats. We talk about the cats a lot.
But do they know about how the sort of dodgy circumstances under which we got them as like knockoff?
Yeah, no.
Because there's rescue cats and then there's knockoff rescue cats. I don't think we realise there's soiled return cats who had obviously been sent out to other people beforehand. And what did they say? They couldn't have them?
They had to bring them back to the rescue because they were allergic. Blog listeners, you can't see what I'm doing here. I'm doing big air quotes. They were
doing this.
Allergic. I'm allergic to cats. I have never sneezed once at ASAP Brexit. Screamed and like you slammed my head against the wall. Yeah.
I think those people might be allergic to arseholes.
Yeah.
And that's where it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they have moments. They have moments of, you know, affection and thing, but they are literally fleeting seconds. And if you're not in the same room when it happens, then you've missed the boat.
They have moments of affection, but they also have moments of shitting down the back of your television. That was like a cat owning low, when you could smell shit and you couldn't find the shit, and then you found the shit and the shit was in liquid form and it was down the back of the television.
Yeah, I blame that on the cats. I mean, I feel bad now.
Yeah, that was bad. And we got rid of, when they were kittens,
we got rid of them. We got rid of kittens. No. We didn't.
No,
she sent me down to the river. I still cry about it, folks. Now, what did we get rid of?
That would have been cheaper because we got rid of, if you remember, a king-size mattress and two sofas because ASAP in particular just pissed everywhere all the time.
Yes. And they don't do it now, so it was definitely a dirty protest.
It was absolutely a dirty. I mean, I never liked that sofa that much, but I didn't piss all over it. Or did
I? To make your point, yes. Time to change the furnishings.
Yeah, blame the cats. Yeah, they were.
So they're rotters, those two. And for a long while, again, I think it's like the thing if you're in a kind of an abusive relationship and you accept it as the norm. And it took us a while to realise that there are cats out there actually genuinely quite nice. So when we got the two boys...
My best boy, Toast. Toast is my favourite. You're not supposed to have favourite cats. I absolutely do. He's my favourite.
She says it to his face all the time, in front of the other cats, which is really harsh.
They're cats. They know what's going on.
And you do that to the kids as well. But yeah, so they're deeply affectionate and good fun and what have you. So we now remember what cats are supposed to be like.
Yeah, I mean, they do still have their moments. I think I did blog at the time about Toast's little moment in the bath that morning. Do you remember that? Do you remember that fun story?
No, what was that one?
For anyone new to this, maybe in Cambodia the news hasn't quite reached out there. So Toast was, I don't know how old he was. He would have been about 4 months. He was still quite little. And I had to get up stupidly early for work. So like 4:30 early, which I know you go, that's the time you get up every day. But
I get up that early, folks.
Yeah.
I'm a proper working person. But you were up that early as well?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's horrible. I don't know how you do it. It's horrendous. And so I got up, and our upstairs layout is that we've got our bedroom, and then just across the landing is a bathroom, which has a bath in because I hate showers. That's all I have to say about that. Anyway, so I woke up that morning and I was vaguely dreaming of shit, which is like the worst of all the dreams.
Do you dream about shit a lot?
No. So it was noticeable. This was unusual. I don't dream about shit a lot. And so
I'd fear if I was dreaming about shit, I'd wake up in my own shit.
Well, I did wake up and I was like, oh my God, have I shat myself? And then hooray, I haven't. So that was like
That's a win every day,
win,
isn't
yeah.
it? Every day you start with a smile on your face.
hooray, I haven't shat myself this morning.
Right.
But I could really smell shit. So I didn't want to wake you up. So I tried to be quiet, but we all know that's not going to happen. And so I walked across the landing and I went into the bathroom. And until then, I don't think I knew what the true meaning of a dirty protest was. But literally that bathroom, like I took one for the team because I dealt with that at 4:30 in the morning, because Toast had obviously been caught short in the night having eaten something that he shouldn't. Standard, he's a kid and he's a dick. But he'd gone, okay, need the toilet. Clearly Jaws style had looked at his litter tray and had gone, we are going to need a bigger boat, and had gone into my bathroom and he had unleashed hell. And clearly, like, his anus must have been like a fire hose. There was shit on the bath, up the walls, on the floor.
Hold on, aren't you plagiarising Cat in the Hat? Isn't that how that starts? With the cat and there's a ring of something in the bath.
Is it pink?
Well, it's nicer. They make it nice in
It's
the
much
book because it's
nicer.
pink. But the reality is it's
Oh, my days. It was like literally everywhere. And then he'd obviously tried to get out of the bath. Had skidded in his own shit. Hope you're not eating your dinners or breakfast. There's one lady who listens to the podcast when she has her Sunday lunch with her family. I'm really sorry.
Oh, no.
Should have given like a warning. Don't listen to this. Anyway, he'd skidded trying to get out of the bath, and then so there was shit all over his paws, and there were like shitty paw prints, and they got on the carpet, got onto my duvet. Pick my duvet, not your duvet. We have separate duvets, and that's the secret to a happy marriage.
And would you like to describe the separate duvets so they know the power imbalance in this relationship?
Just brief segue. So I have like a duvet like a normal person. It's like a duvet and soft.
No, but it's like a king size for one.
Yeah, I like a lot of duvet.
And it's like one of those ultra thick ones as well, isn't it? Like it's like
yeah.
you got a hefty tog.
Yes.
That's what
yeah.
attracted me to you in the first place.
So it's nice and fluffy and light. And Mr I Need to Stop Talking has Hessian sacks.
It's not quite that.
It is.
It's not quite hissy.
It is.
I think it's linen. It's linen. It's proper linen.
Linen my arse. It's a sack.
But
literally a sack.
And it's really thin and there's not much of it. And so I lie shivering on one side of the bed next to this princess.
You could have a fluffy duvet and clutch.
You growl at me if I come close.
Anyway, all I'm saying is the cats choose to sleep on my duvet.
Yeah, but he also chooses to step on your duvet. So that's there you go.
So shitty footprints ever. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to clear this up. So 4:30 in the morning with like no time, because obviously I've cut it fine to get out of the house. I'm scrubbing up all this shit and stuff. And then it was just one of those moments which is like something out of some kind of Dickensian tragedy if he'd written about cat shitting in baths. I'd finished doing all the clearing up, and then I turned around, I was like, I'm done, like the whole house stinks of shit. I was like, oh, it's horrendous. Turned around and stepped barefoot into a big pile of cat vomit.
Well, that's the chef's kiss, as they say.
Yeah, that was magical. So, but even despite that, taste is my favourite.
Yeah, why do you like him more than the others?
He smells nice.
Of shit?
No, not that morning.
Of vomit?
That morning. I don't know. I think he just loves me.
He only smells nice because you rub your face on him, and it's your smell, it's your perfume. You're getting back off of him.
He sneaks up.
That's self-love.
When you lot aren't around, because he doesn't like to be affectionate when you're all around. When you're not around, he like sneaks up, and he's just very affectionate. But the trouble with Toast is he is very affectionate, but he's like uncontrollable, so he can't stop this horrendous dribbling.
He's a drooler, yes.
He's like a Labrador. In fact, the other day he like was drooling over, and then he like shook his head, and this drool, and I was like, oh, Toast, mate, what are you doing?
Well, it's probably because he's got a slight overbite, hasn't he? He's got his two big. What are they incisors? What the big fangs called?
Fangs.
We just call them fangs, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they stick out quite a bit. Not in a way that looks horrendous, but yes, he's got an overbite as a cat.
Bless him, he's beautiful. And we thought he was quite happy. And then, well, obviously, and these guys, and then beautiful, lovely Sandwich died, which was sad. She was a really good cat. But she's dead now, so things move quickly in our house. So she like died on the Thursday, and by Friday night, Mr I Need to Stop Talking and Beth were like looking at kittens.
That's you've got to move on.
Oh
You've
my
got
God,
to
if
move
I
on.
die?
No, if you're out the house for more than half an hour, I'm on dating
Seriously?
websites straight away.
This is a great story. So when Sandwich died, obviously it was very sad, and my stepdaughter Grace was here as well. The kids are at school. Grace was here because we brought her here to say goodbye to Sandwich. So we're all very sad. Me and Grace are giving Sandwich a cuddle, and you disappeared out to the garden with a spade, presumably to dig a hole for Sandwich as opposed to some kind of like...
Oh, the potatoes needed bringing in, and I don't like to wait.
Yeah, so he was out there digging the hole, which is great. We said goodbye. We wrapped her in a blanket. We went to bury her. And then Mr I need to stop talking. Goes to me, could you go and get the gravestone? I'm like, what now? And he's like, yeah, go and get the gravestone. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's on the side in the kitchen. So I went into the kitchen, and on the side was indeed a really lovely gravestone which said Sandwich, best of cats, like all very nice and emotional. And then me and Grace are like looking at each other in the kitchen going, oh my God, has he had one of these done for all of us? Like, seriously.
And the answer to that is yes. Look, you need to be prepared. And, what were you guys going to turn up with? Nothing.
My dad had visions of the shed, just all like...
Well, you don't go in the shed. You don't go in the shed. I could have those
I
things
don't go in
in
the
there.
shed because it smells like those Hessian sacks that you sleep on. That's why I don't go in the shed.
No, you just need to be prepared for, people passing away. You don't want bodies lying around for too long.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, if I disappeared, there's a police investigation there.
Look, COVID, I was ready for all sorts under COVID.
Yeah, that's very true. So we buried Sandwich. It was all terribly sad, and then 24 hours later, talk me through the let's get a kitten rationale.
It's one out, one in. That's the rationale with all kind of families. Someone drops, you get another one in.
New one in.
Yeah, no, just because no, the alternative is because Sandwich years ago she went missing for about 3 weeks, and we'd assumed she was dead. And I think she just got locked in someone's shed and stuff because she did reappear and she was all very sort of skinny and stuff. But because she was away, for the first week, you're like sort of, oh, maybe we'll find her, maybe we'll find her. Second week, you actually enter into kind of like almost like a grieving process. Week 3, you throw out all her stuff, which is what we did. And of course, at the end of the third week, she sort of rocks back, I'm alive, where are my things? And we got rid of it all. So to avoid the throwing out of cat-related paraphernalia, we get a kitten in.
Yeah.
And I went to it was a would you describe it as a backstreet kitten?
Yes.
So we live quite near a big council estate that lived on for many a year, and it's quite a sort of sprawling place, and you don't, even if you've lived there for years, you don't know your way around it. So I just found this kind of details on the internet of this elusive woman who was like selling off-cut kittens.
Other men would just go and have sex. You have to bring a kitten home. Seriously.
Well, yeah, she was probably expecting some sort of... She was probably a code for a swingers thing. And unfortunately, I turned up and took her cat. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm here for the kitten. She goes, yes, the kitten. Again, air quotes. And but I just took her kitten. But yeah, that's it. So I was just like out 20 minutes, back in 20 minutes with a kitten.
I'd gone to the gym.
Job's done.
I'd gone to the gym. I just came back and there was a kitten here.
Yeah.
But kittens are great. I mean, how can you be annoyed with a kitten? But he was so small when we got him.
Well, they get big eventually.
Yeah,
That's
but you
kittens.
didn't know how to wash. I've never had a cat that smelt bad before. Like random, genuinely smelt bad when we got him. And even Toast was like going over and pinning him down and washing him, like going, seriously, dude, what is going on? What's going on here? But I don't know whether like those two. I don't know what they must think of ASAP and Brexit, because obviously they're both. Well, Brexit is a bit more normal these days, but ASAP, that's one of my lasting memories of our marriage is waking up at 2 a.m. to see you out in the hallway, not wearing any clothes, brandishing a sink plunger.
That's how we keep the marriage alive, folks. And can I recommend it? Until you've tried it, you just don't know. And, everyone needs cleaning out.
And because ASAP had decided, it was the night that ASAP had decided, actually, well, first contact, so we sleep up on the second floor, which is obviously quite high, and there's a cat flap. The cats can go in and out when they want to. But
not on the second floor, there's not.
No, obviously, but I'm saying the cats have easy access to go in and out of the house.
Yes, they do.
But ASAP is a colossal cock. And despite being one of the cleverest cats we got, refuses to work the cat flap. She's been shown many times. She's just been a dick now. But instead of that, rather than learn to use the cat flap, what she does is she's learnt to jump to the roof of the neighbour's house, then jump onto our house because there's a bit of an overhang, and rock up the second floor window with a live mouse in her mouth. And so that's what she'd done that night, hadn't she? She brought that live mouse in. So
why was I using a sink plunger?
that has never been explained to me. if
Maybe I had to sink plunger beforehand. Have you ever thought about that?
I don't know. That was
An awkward moment for me because you sleep through those times. I was like, damn, let's make a cover story. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, there's a mouse.
That was a wedding present from when we got married, and I don't think the giver of that sink plunger imagined it would be brandished by you with no clothes on catching a mouse.
That was the best wedding present we got, though, the sink plunger.
Yeah.
You know, you get stuff. Obviously, you get stuff, and some of the stuff you asked for, like I don't know, plates and knives and things. You'd pretty much smashed all of it within a month, if not days.
Yeah.
It was always like a Greek wedding. But the sink plunger, we've still got to this very day, and it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Good
Is this
quality.
where another product placement? Yeah, John Lewis it was. John Lewis sink plunger, it kept
lasted
yeah,
some time. Well, I
been
think
good.
I think the key is it's not made out of glass. I think that was the error we made with lots.
Are there glass sink plungers?
Well, no, but I think that was the error with lots of.
Oh, the other stuff. Yeah, it wasn't Catherine proof.
No, it really not much is, to be honest.
Well, you don't want. I mean, nice, delicate little things are lovely, but they are prone to
Yeah, cutlery that lasted. Cutlery and sink plungers.
No, cutlery lasted long as up until Jamie worked out he could eat in his bedroom, and then all the cutleries disappeared.
Well, it doesn't disappear. I know where it is. If you took a metal detector into his bedroom, the gravitational pull, like taking you in.
I wouldn't mind, but he only takes like forks. He doesn't use the other bits. I don't think we ever taught him to use the other cutlery.
No. I mean, I don't know why he takes it, because whenever I see him eating, he is eating with his hands. He's like, literally. I don't know. Jamie's gone today to London with his girlfriend because it's their anniversary. And I said to him, what are you going to do in London? And he said, we're going to eat meat. And I thought, oh my God, maybe this is some horrendous metaphor. No, they are literally going to a special barbecue restaurant to eat meat.
Is it just meat alone as a restaurant?
Yeah.
Wow, that's intense.
He kind of said, oh, you can have fries, but he was quite dismissive at, like, you wouldn't want to break up
fried
the
meat, that is.
You wouldn't want to break up the meat experience.
Is that what young kids do today?
Well, go get the meat sweats together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. So I don't know what that's about. Obviously, the OG cat was Mary.
Oh, this is my childhood cat, I guess. Yeah. Or no, I mean teens and 20s, I guess, because he was around when we were together, wasn't he?
Yeah. No, I knew.
No, everyone has at least one pet that's a really good character, and he definitely was.
So he was your favourite, like Toast, but you're just not saying he was your favourite. But he
I love everyone. No, he just. I mean, he was one of those cats as well that definitely used up all of his 9 lives. He had a season ticket to the vets. And by the end of his life, he was properly whittled away. There wasn't a tail anymore, and faces covered in scars. But he had quite a good life. But yeah, he had a lovely temperament, but he had sort of weird, quirky things, which makes it more interesting. So one of the things he used to do is, you know how cats, when they come in and they want to sit down, they sort of pad the floor, don't they? And they kind of circle around and pad it. Yeah, he would just walk into the room and fall on his side like he'd been shot. And it was just really weird. It was the most ungraceful thing. And it would make an audible thud when we'd hit the ground. And then my parents then got, younger cats later on to be, I guess, company for Mary. And they just learnt the same technique off him. So he had all these cats that would just kind of flop over, like sort of narcoleptic kind of cat. Very odd. Oh, and he had a fetish as well. And again, not enough animals have fetishes. He had a fetish, and it's not even a cat-related fetish. He had a fetish for human women, but with blonde hair.
Not weird in the slightest.
So if you believe in reincarnation, there's a definite chance he was a slightly dodgy 1970s TV entertainer. Because if a blonde woman came into the house, he would just sort of follow her around, not in a kind of aggressive way, but just kind of wait. He would be waiting for his moment, waiting for her to sort of sit down on a chair somewhere. And what he would do, he wouldn't come and sit on her lap, because again, it's too obvious and it's not pervy enough. What he would do is he'd sneak in behind the lady. Yeah, if her hair particularly was hanging off the back of a chair, that was perfect for him. And then he would just suck her hair. That was all he would do. He would just suck it, and he would do it quite quietly, so you had to listen hard. You hear the sort of squelchy noises, and of course we're aware of what he's doing, because we would see him like circling around, this lady, and we're like, oh God, what's he going to? Well, we know what he's going to do, but there's nothing we can do about it. So we'd have to have a loud conversation to cover up the squelches, so she wouldn't be aware of what's happening. And of course, also we knew at the end of it, it's whoever this particular lady would be would have to get up at the end end of the thing and go, why is my hair soaking wet? And we'd have to fabricate the most ridiculous excuses as to why it is. It must have rained on just part of your head, or you've got the back sweat.
Oh my God! And then
yes.
your hair would smell of like meat and cat arse.
With it.
Yes, that's what cat's mouths smell like, isn't it? Meat and cat arse.
You get very close to that toast, don't you?
No, but when he's like drooled everywhere, like it's horrible. I love him, but ugh. No, it smells bad. Yeah, that is weird. And he liked your mum's WI visitors, didn't he?
Well, a lot of blonde women for a start. My mum used to, if you belong to the Women's Institute, you'll be aware that, obviously it's a secret cult. But one of the things people tend to do is they'll, host everyone around their house or their garden now and again. And of course, if you're the hostess, you get quite worked up and tense about it because everyone's going to come around and judge you. And my mum was kind of very, very kind of like, tense about it. And I think she banned all the family from being in the house because we're a source of great embarrassment. But she forgot to ban the cats. And everyone's sort of sitting around and they're eating sort of, finger sandwiches or what have you. And Mary decides to just run through the sitting room, like a cat does. But instead of just running straight through, he runs and he somehow manages to get his head stuck in this woman's bag. And he doesn't stop. He keeps running with the bag on his head and then runs straight out into the garden, straight into the fish pond.
That's amazing.
Which was, that is good.
That's amazing. I did actually take a version of that story and use it in one of my books. I can't remember what my book's called. It's terrible product placement. I did take a version of that though.
Did you bring in the sucking the hair then into your book?
No, because that's just too fucking weird.
Come on, there's a market for that.
There's
OnlyFans accounts with cats and okay.
So you're saying that Jamie was channeling Mary when Jamie was very little? We went.
What did Jamie do?
No, he hasn't sucked anybody's hair. Don't worry, he's eating meat.
Okay.
No, when Jamie was very little, we went round to your parents, and I think like it was some typical male-female stereotypical divide. You and your dad had gone off to watch the football, and me and your mum were looking after the child. Despite the fact I like football and I don't like children, so I don't know how that one worked out. Anyway,
well, you tossed a coin.
Oh yeah, probably. We said to Jamie must have been about 3, and he wanted to go in the back garden. And we said, go in the back garden, but don't fall in the pond. And he said, okay. And I said again, go in the back garden, but don't fall in the pond. He said, okay. I said, what are you not going to do? He said, not going to fall in the pond. I said, okay. Go in the back garden, don't fall in the pond. He said, okay. I won't fall in the pond. He walked out into the back garden. It's 5 metres from the parents' back door to the pond. He walked 5 metres and fell immediately into the pond, which thankfully was overgrown with all sorts, so no harm came to Jamie. That was channeling Mary.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Have you had cats all your life, though?
Yeah. Not since I was about 6, 7. Didn't end well for the first few cats. Not because of me. Just so we're clear.
Okay.
No, we had Guinness, and Guinness got himself killed having a fight with a rabbit in the middle of a road. What a dick.
What, a car killed him?
Oh, yeah.
Or the rabbit? Because Watership Down kind of territory there.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the rabbit, no.
Okay.
No, so he got killed. Then we had Gypsy, and she was lovely, and she had feline enteritis and died the most awful
Do
death.
all your podcasts end like this? I'm just asking, because
What you said
it's
about
bleak.
other cats.
Yeah, I thought they might be happy stories.
No, then we had Muffin.
Yeah.
Muffin lived a good long life, but she was just a total cock. She just really didn't like people at all.
Right.
She was, although she...
Okay, maybe you're the common denominator then.
Yeah, and then we had ASAP and Brexit.
Yeah.
But then we got toast and rant in the end. Then my favourite Muffin story was she and my dad had a hate-hate relationship because she didn't like people and he doesn't like cats. But he was, when we were kids, he was worming her one night, giving her a worming tablet. So he's holding this cat, he gave her a worming tablet. Me and Helen, my sister, would have been quite small. And as only my dad could do, he gave her the worming tablet and he went, look out girls, there goes the worm. And I literally had a free moment to go, oh, wow, these tablets are really, really effective.
That's so on brand for your dad.
Yeah, I know. It was a good moment. And then we obviously had all the ones, all my life, I think. Have you always had, you had a tortoise?
But we had cats at the same time. Tortoises are fun, but they're horny. And I didn't realise that.
Okay, so it's like me and Toast.
No, they're like, The Great Escape, the movie. You're aware of it. No, you're aware of it. There's the prisoner of war thing. They're always trying to escape, yeah? So imagine that. So tortoises are always trying to escape, but they're also horny.
Oh.
So imagine Steve McQueen on Viagra.
Yeah.
That's tortoises. So
use it to dig out. You could do that.
So we had a small little tortoise, and we had to construct all manner of walls to try and stop him getting out. And he would find a way. He'd be on a motorbike going over the top way. He would dig. There was Charlie Tunnel and Dave Tunnel, or whatever it is. But it was made worse by the fact that our neighbours had a female tortoise, who I should point out was 6 times the size of him. I mean, I think she was like literally a different species of tortoise. But that didn't stop
stop
him.
him.
No, everyone's got their Everest. And I don't know if you've ever seen tortoises shag. They sort of...
No, why would I have seen tortoises shag?
Well, this website I'm setting up... No.
Okay.
It's... Well, I guess most shagging probably looks quite aggressive. But the male kind of bashes his shell against the woman's. So, you know that thing of I've got a headache? Well, if you didn't before,
Yeah,
you definitely got one
God.
now. To the point where actually you can actually... I think they can actually almost hurt the female. But you wouldn't know he's escaped till you can hear this like sound of like knocking coconuts from the neighbour's garden. And then you're like, oh, he's at it again. But that kept him going for years, and we lived for a fair old time. And I think it was just sheer horniness that kept him going. But yeah, no, we had tortoise, but then just cats. And a tortoise is an odd pet as well because they hibernate. So you forget you've got them as a pet for half the year, and then suddenly you'll find a cardboard box somewhere, and you're like, what's in here? Oh, yeah, we own a tortoise. I remember now.
Oh, that's quite a magical surprise.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. We've also got a lot of fish. Let's tell my blog
Oh,
listeners
my
why we've
word.
got so many fish.
Oh my word, we've got so many fish. Well, we moved into house, and I like the aesthetic of a pond. But I've never really had a pond. And the trouble is, you move into house and there's a pond and there's fish already there. It's like buying someone a puppy at Christmas. It seems like a nice gift, but you've actually bought them a huge commitment. So I spend probably 23 hours out of every day wading in the pond, fishing out this, that, and the other, and cleaning this. So it's a much bigger deal than I thought it was going to be. But we had a situation.
We didn't have a situation.
We had a situation. No. Yeah, a few years ago, a heron came over. Absolutely beautiful looking animal. But he obviously had a real go at the pond, and it looked like all the fish are gone. And we thought, oh, that's it, the fish are gone. That's herons doing their thing. So we thought, we better get a couple more fish because it's a pond. It's going to look weird without fish. So we've got a few more fish. Bring the new fish in. All the old fish suddenly pop up to the surface. Hello, we're fine. And who are these sexy young fish you've brought us? Everyone then starts fucking. Can I say that? No. Everyone starts. Can I?
You can say it. It's my podcast. You can say anything on here.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, audacity is a great. So the fish are like at it like. Well, I was going to say rabbits, but they are at it like goldfish.
Yeah.
Shagging. And I'd read somewhere that goldfish, when they breed, they don't carry on breeding. They breed into the size of the pond. Size of the pond. Absolutely.
Yes.
But these guys must think they're in the Atlantic Ocean because they've kept going.
No, I think they would have stopped, but
Okay.
I think then you interfered with nature.
I'm not interfering with a goldfish. What are you implying?
What did you do next? You didn't just leave them to it.
Okay.
This is where we're wrong.
All
This
right.
is where we're wrong.
Okay. I'm a bit of a softie because they obviously have little baby fish, don't they? And then you read up on that, and it says like they're going to eat their young.
It's a snack.
They eat their young, and you just think, oh, that's really harsh. And you see the little ones swim around. You go, oh. So what I made was essentially what I describe as a shark cage, but for little baby fish. Basically, you get a wire mesh bin and you put it in the pond and put all the baby fish in, so they can still do their thing, but they can't get eaten. So I saved all this generation of baby fish, but who also turned out to be horny older fish. And now we've got so
It's
many
like
fish. If any of your listeners would like goldfish,
Yeah, goldfish. Yeah, you know where to come.
Yeah.
You can't see me throwing this, but I'm just shaking my head
Oh.
despairingly. There's so many fucking fish, both literally and metaphorically, out in that pond.
it just the water's normally sort of brown and dirty looking on ponds. Ours just looks like orange because it's just a
It's full
sea of
fucking
fish.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish, but it's like constant excitement for the cats who go over and have a great look. And think about getting in and then realise they can't swim. Although ASAP will give it a go. That is the next thing's going to happen. ASAP's going to turn up on our second floor window at 2 a.m.
With a goldfish
in her mouth. It's all right. You got the sink plunger. We'll be grand. We better stop recording this podcast because Beth is literally pacing outside the room that we're sitting in. I hope she's done what she did earlier. We went out earlier. Beth's not very well, so came back expecting her to have just collapsed and crashed out on the sofa. But because she's Beth and difficult and unpredictable, she cleaned the entire house because she told us that... What did she say?
No, she says it stresses her out. She says when she's ill, it really stresses her out how messy some parts of the house are.
Our house is really tidy, just for context. It's not like we're living in a...
Hey, I think it's a house of two halves. And
like the bed.
right, yes.
There's one half of nice pink fluffiness and niceness, and there's another part of organised Hessian sacks.
I only have one pillow as well, folks. One pillow. One
also
small...
a Hessian sack.
Yeah.
So yes, we should go and let Beth back in and go and collect Jamie from his meat sweats. But yeah, so we've done a podcast. Hopefully it will have worked. Audacity, another product placement, I'm sure would have done its thing. But let us know what you think. And if you like me more than Mr. I know I need to stop talking, tell us. But if it's the other way around, don't.
Yeah, no, if you don't like her, then obviously I'm really psyched to have my own podcast.
And hello to all of you lovely listeners in Cambodia. But genuinely, it's really nice and fun to be back doing this, and hopefully it will all work. And if you want a jingle, you're wrong, but sure, tell us anyway. And we'll try and do this more often, not weekly, because that was in the pandemic when nobody had a life, and I did the recordings around the Ocado man coming and folding my bags into samosas. But we will try and do this again, so we can tell you more about cats. I feel like my conversational topics are cats, and
No,
cats.
we've done cats. There are other topics.
Look at him trying to get political agenda into this. We're not going to talk about
I
politics.
didn't say a thing.
We'll come back and talk about Hessian duvets. But yeah, it was nice. Have you got any closing remarks, Mr. And I need to stop talking?
Keir Starmer got a cat.
Oh my God. And with that, look after yourselves.
I bet you didn't pay for it.
Look after yourselves. Have lovely weeks. And we will speak to you again soon. Take care. Lots of